Part A, it's asking us to evaluate the integral from 1 to 2 of 16 minus 7x all cubed. Now, integration is just the reverse process of differentiation. So this is so easy to do. First thing we're going to do is when we're integrating, that's equal to, we add 1 to the power, so it's going to become 16 all right. Now, this is kind of tricky in the sense, but what I want us to do first is I don't like to integrate when it has like a cube up here. All right, and so personally for me, I like to expand this out. You may want to do it else another way, but I don't like to work it out when it has a cube, all right, or a 4 or a 5. I like to expand it. So it's always going to be first term cube. I like to integrate it this way. It's going to be first term cube minus 3 times the second term square. So it's minus 3 times 16 square times your 7. Oh, this is really plus your 7x. Then it's going to be minus 3 times your 16 times your 7x square and then it is going to be minus your 7x all cubed. Of course, I'm going to do it the other way as well. This is how I like to do it. I don't like to work with cube dx. All right. And so what this works out to be, it works out to be the integral of now 16 cube. I'm just going to write out everything as a number now. 16 cube is 4096. So I'm just integrating 4096 minus 3 times 16 square, 3 times 16 square times 7. That's minus 5,376 minus 5,376, and that's multiplied by x plus 3 times 16 times 7 square. That's plus 2352 x squared plus, well, minus 7 cube. 7 cube, which is 343. So minus 343 x cube. So this is how I like to do it. I know it's very tedious when I do it like this, but it is just for me. Because when I integrate it, it becomes so much easier. Because when I integrate it, I add 1 to the power and divide by the power. So this becomes 4096x minus 5,376 x squared over 2 and then this part becomes plus 2,352 x cubed over 3 minus 2343 to the 4th power 343 x to the 4th power over 4. And of course, we're integrating this from 2 to 1. So again, you don't have to do it this way. I just like getting used to expanding. And we're integrating, of course, from 1 to 2. So when you put in 2 first, you're going to work out what you get. When you put in 2 first, you're going to get 4,096 times 2 minus 5,376 times 2 squared, that's being divided by 2, plus 2,352 times 2 cubed, and all of that is divided by 3, minus 343 times 2 raised to the 4th power, and all of that is divided by 4. I got 2,340 right here. And then you're going to subtract when you put in 1. Put in 1 now. You put in 1, you get 4,096 minus 5,376 divided by 2. Then you get plus 2,352 divided by 3. Then you get minus 343 divided by 4. And that's 2,106.25. 2,106.25. When you work those out, the final answer will be 234 minus the answer. I get 233.75. Now, of course, this method is very lengthy, and so I know a lot of persons won't want to do it this way. And so, of course, just for the sake of everyone, how people generally will want to do it, let's do it the alternate way. Let's do the alternate in black. That's just how I prefer to do it. All right. And there's a reason why I don't like to do it that way. And the reason why I don't like to do it that way, sometimes you will find out there's function that you can't just apply this method to it. So let's go 17 minus 7x cubed. This is the way in which most persons would have done it. You would have learned how to say add 1 to the power. You get 16 minus 7x, and you raise it to the 4th power. This is just the shortcut method. Add 1 to the power, divide it by the power, multiplied by the differential inside the bracket, which is -7. Now, the only reason why I don't like to use this method is what if inside the bracket was a sine x, or what if it was a cos x? Then this method wouldn't be valid. So that's why I practice myself to use other method. But this is fine if you want to do it this way and say you're going from 1 to 2. I'm just doing it alternate method as well. So doing it the alternate method, you'd have gotten 16 minus 7 times 2. That's 2 raised to the 4th power divided by, what I'm saying is you put in 2 right here. When you put in 2 right here, you get 7 times 2 is 14. So this works out to be 16 minus 14, which is 2 to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th power is, I believe, 16 over minus 28. Then you get minus, we put in the 1 now, 16 minus 7. 16 minus 7 is 9. 9 raised to the 4th power. 9 raised to the 4th power is 6,561. We get 6,561. And you divide that by 4 times negative 7, which is negative 28. And we work this out and see what we get. And I work it out and I get the same answer as 233.75. So any way you wanted to do this question is really up to you, but my preference is when you expand the bracket. That's just my preference. You will get the same answer, but my preference is expanding the bracket, because I'm saying, what if in the bracket was a fraction? Would have been so much more difficult, but that's just my preference. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the question. All right, so the next part, part B, it says that a point Q, or the point Q lies on the curve for which dy by dx is 3x minus 5. Find the equation of the curve. Now, it told us that dy by dx, it said dy by dx is equal to 3x minus 5. Since dy by dx is 3x minus 5, what does that mean? It means that if we integrate dy by dx, all right, we can integrate both sides. The integral of dy by dx, when you integrate dy by dx, you get y. So you're going to get y is equal to the integral of 3x is 3x squared over 2. Then the integral of minus 5 is minus 5x. But then you need now plus your constant c. Now we need to find the constant in order to find the equation of the curve. But they told us that Q is the point, they told us that Q is the point 48. So what we can do is at Q, Q is the point 48. We can substitute the x value and the y value into the equation of the curve to find C. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Just gonna do some little substituting. Substituting x as 4 and y as 8, that implies that at Q, we're getting that 8 is equal to 3 times 4 squared, 4 squared is 16. 16 times 3 is 48, so getting 48 over 2 minus 5 times 4 is 20 plus C. So look what they're telling us. 48 over 2 is 4. 24 minus 20 is 4. And so 8 is equal to 4 plus C. So if 8 is equal to 4 plus C, then C must equal 4. C of it equal 4. Since C of it equal to 4, so the equation is y is equal to 3x squared over 2, 3x squared over 2 minus 5x plus 4. And that's that. The next part now, it says calculate the area between the curve y equal to 2 cos x plus 3 sin x, and you want the area of the curve between the x-axis from x being 0 to pi by 3. So virtually they're telling you the area to integrate to find the area of the curve. So For part 2, I like to call area A. The area A is going to be equal to the integral from 0 to pi by 3, that's area, integral from 0 to pi by 3 of the curve, and the curve is 2 cos x plus 3 sine x. So write that down. You're integrating 2 cos x plus 3 sine x. Now it may look a little bit difficult to integrate, but it's really not. It's really not at all. So this is what we're integrating. Now, when you integrate cos, you get sine. So what this works out to be is 2 sine x. Now, when you integrate sine, you get minus cos. So this works out to be minus 3 cos x. And you're integrating, of course, the region that we're integrating is from 0 to pi by 3. The region is from 0 to pi by 3. So first thing we need to know is what is sine of pi by 3. We'll put in this now. Sine pi by 3 is sine of 60. So this is 2 times the sine of 60. And the sine of 60 is root 3 over 2. So it's 2 times root 3 over 2 minus 3 times cos 60. And cos 60 is a half. All right, so that part takes care of the pi by 3 part. Then minus, when we plug in 0, the sine of 0 is 0. And then what is cos 0? The cos of 0 is 1. So this works out to be 0 minus 3. So all of this works out to be, now 2 times root 3 over 2 is just root 3. And then 3 times a half is minus 3.5. And then minus 3 becomes plus 3. So in reality, the final answer works out to be 3 plus minus 3 over 2 plus 3 is really just 3 over 2. All right, and so the final answer works out to be root 3 plus 3 over 2. And don't just stop there, guys, please. Remember, area is unit square. So put on your unit square. That's area. That takes care of this question. Finally, we have one more portion of this question to deal with. It's the part that is asking about volume. It says calculate the volume of the solid form when the area of the curve x squared plus 2 and the x-axis from x being 0 to x being 3 is rotated 360 degrees about the x-axis. So they're asking us for the volume. Easy question. We just have to remember that volume is equal to pi. Volume about the x-axis is equal to pi times the integral from a to b of y squared dx. This is how we find volume. Volume is equal to pi times the integral from a to b of y squared dx. So what is the volume? The volume is going to be equal to pi times the integral of, now look what is y. Y is x squared plus 2. So the volume is going to be x squared plus 2 all square. X squared plus 2 all square dx, that is volume. Pi times the integral of x squared plus 2 all square dx. And we're integrating, of course, from 0 to 3. Since we're integrating from 0 to 3, what do we get? We're getting that volume is equal to pi times the integral of, I'm going to expand out this now. As I said, I like to expand it out. Expanding this out, it's going to work out to be x to the fourth power plus 4x squared plus 4. All right, so make sure you expand that out first before you integrate. So you expand that out first, dx, then you integrate. Now we can go ahead and integrate. And so volume is equal to the integral from 0 to 3 of, well, we don't need to write back integral sign. We're just going to go ahead and straight away integrate. Just go ahead and integrate. So it works out to be pi times. Now we can go ahead to integrate. We'll go ahead to integrate and we'll plug in 3 first. So we're going to get 3 to the fourth power plus 4 times 3 squared plus 4. All right, and then of course we're going to be subtracting. When we plug in 0, we're just going to get 0 plus 0 plus 4. That's what happens when we plug in the 0. And so what this works out to be is that volume is equal to, let's simplify inside the bracket first, 3 to the fourth power plus 4 times 3 squared plus 4. Then we subtract 4. And so the volume works out to be 117 pi. 117 pi. But what is volume? Volume is units cubed. So it's 117 pi units cubed. This is volume, 117 pi units cubed. Nice and easy. That's how we find the volume. 117 pi units cubed. Soft. All right. Now we go ahead to section